All right, fellas. I'm pretty sure you've come across a woman that you're probably really interested in, and she'll probably tell you that I'm not looking for a relationship. And I'm about to expose something to you. When a woman says she's not looking for a relationship and you're probably talking to her, it's not that she doesn't want a relationship, she just doesn't want the relationship with you. And I'm going to explain to you what she really means by that, so stick tuned. All right, cats and catettes. I'm going to expose to you what this really means. So I'm pretty sure you guys meet women and she'll tell you that she's not looking for a relationship, but you tell her you're interested. What does this mean? It basically means that she wants a relationship, she just doesn't want it with you. This is a new way of phrasing to men that a woman isn't interested in you long term or forever. I think every woman wants a relationship. They just want a relationship with the person that they want to be in a relationship with. You can be a great guy, you can be a nice guy, you can be a gentleman, you can be a sweetheart, you can give her flowers, you can give her roses, you can do everything that you're supposed to do as a man, and a woman might not feel like you are her person. So she will say she doesn't want a relationship because it's a new way to deflect and make it seem like it's not you, it's her. In reality, she does want a relationship. There's a lot of women that say, "Oh, I don't want kids." Are there some women that really don't want kids? Yes. But then there's some women that will say, "Oh, I don't want a relationship or kids because I don't want to have kids with you." Maybe you are a person that she doesn't envision being the father of her kids. Or maybe she says she doesn't want a relationship because maybe she just doesn't feeling you as a person and she sees that you aren't what she envisioned to settle down with. So when a woman says she doesn't want a relationship, 9 times out of 10 she does. She doesn't want it with you. There's plenty times, if you look, that a woman will tell you she doesn't want a relationship and you will move on, and then like a week later she'll start talking to someone, and about a month later you might go on her IG if you're following her and she's in a whole ass relationship. You're thinking, well, how's that possible? A month ago when I was on a date with her, she said she didn't want a relationship. No, she just didn't want a relationship with you. You know what I mean? And she didn't know how to tell you that she just wasn't feeling you, so she'll just say I don't want a relationship because she wants to make it seem like it's her and not you, when reality is she's not interested in you. I feel like a lot of women will say this phrase over and over again as a way to deflect and try to make a man feel less significant. I feel like a lot of women can't be brutally honest and just say that they're not feeling you, so they'll say they don't want a relationship. You know what I mean? I feel like women nowadays, they know when they want a man, and they are so scared to be very direct and upfront that they're not feeling it, and rightfully so, because a lot of men have done a lot of messed up, fucked up things to women when women reject them easily. So women have to find creative ways on telling a man that they're not interested. So basically where I'm going with this is, if a woman starts to tell you that she doesn't want a relationship, that's your sign, if you're into her, to just kind of let it go and just move on with your life. And either if you want to keep her as a friend, that's your prerogative, or you just want to cut complete ties with her, that's your prerogative. But it really means that she just doesn't want to be with you. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of fellas, you have to realize that I think a lot of guys are naive and they think that, oh, maybe she really doesn't want a relationship. I would say 9 out of 10 women that say they aren't looking for a relationship, 9 out of 10 of them really do want a relationship. Maybe 1 out of the 10 are actually telling you the genuine truth, but 9 out of 10 of them are probably just saying that they don't want one because they don't want you to be their person. And they have every right. Everybody has a right to pick and choose who they want to date and who they want to be with. And this is just a way for them to basically tell you they're not interested in you without rejecting you up front, because maybe they're scared to just say I'm not feeling you, or I don't think you are my person. Maybe there's someone else out there, so they rather just say that it's them instead of you. You know what I mean? So I promise you, if a woman says that she doesn't want kids, maybe she doesn't. Maybe she doesn't. I'm not saying women don't want kids. If a woman says she doesn't want kids, maybe she doesn't. There's a lot of women that say they don't want kids, right? And then they end up having kids, right? I know a story of a guy that wanted to have a family with a girl, and she literally told him from the jump, I don't want to have a family. I don't want to have kids. And he stuck with her for a while because he was hoping maybe one day she'll change her mind and have kids with him. He eventually gave up and they went their own ways because they wanted two different things in life. She didn't want to have kids, and he did, right? Maybe like 2-3 years later, she started dating someone new, right? And has 3 kids with the guy. Why? You can say, oh, things change and people change. No, maybe she always knew she wanted to have kids. She just didn't want to have kids with him. You know what I mean? Maybe she looked at the guy and said, oh, maybe he's a bad person, or maybe I don't envision having kids with this guy because this guy isn't my person, or I don't see him being a good father figure, so I don't want to have kids with him. So maybe she just said she didn't want to have kids to not hurt his feelings. You know what I mean? But reality, she always knew she wanted to have kids. You know what I mean? So this goes with kids, or a woman saying, I don't want a relationship. 9 times out of 10, if a woman says she doesn't want kids or she doesn't want a relationship and she's telling you these things, she's basically telling you she just doesn't want it with you. She doesn't want it with you. 1 out of 10 might be genuinely be honest, and that's how they really feel. But 9 out of 10 women, I honestly would say, they just don't want it with you. They want it with the person that they want to have it with. So anyways, that is a lie or myth that a lot of women say that a lot of guys fall for. So I'm just kind of exposing that. And like I said, I'm not saying that women who say this aren't authentic. I would just say that 9 times out of 10, most of the time, women are be giving you BS. You know what I mean? Anyways, if you guys enjoy my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will keep cranking out dating videos and advice and tips for y'all. So I really, really appreciate you guys that you guys are rocking with me on this journey. And I'll see you guys in my next video. This has been your boy Tyreek. See y'all soon. Peace.